Hey guys, CryptoDad here again. Thanks for joining me on the Friday night live stream where you've got your chance to throw out questions about cryptocurrency, and I'll do my best to get them answered on the fly. A lot of good stuff going on tonight, so let's jump right in. All right, guys, welcome. Good to see everybody here. A couple people here already. They'll start trickling in as we talk some more. So a lot of good news to talk about, a lot of fun stuff. I'll move some crypto around, take questions. Just want to start off by saying it's Black Friday, and I've got an affiliate link down in the description. If you want to pick up Ledger, Ledger Nano S, Ledger Nano X, now's the time to do it. Black Friday is 30% off all Ledger products across the board. So I invite you, if you are considering it, that this would be the time to jump in. Also, Crypto.com. I've got my MCO Visa card here. So we'll talk a little bit about Crypto.com. It's a cryptocurrency exchange, an iOS-based cryptocurrency exchange, where you can buy and sell Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies, and you can also liquidate, or what we call top up, onto the Visa card so that you can spend your crypto in the real world right away. You can top it up, spend it anywhere that Visa is accepted, or go to an ATM and withdraw cash if you need to take some quick gains on your cryptocurrency. So those are my sponsors tonight. Let me jump in and start greeting people. Let's go over here. I can see myself talking. All right. So EKS, and Celtic Fan were both here before I started streaming. Welcome. Happy Thanksgiving. Merry Christmas. All that good stuff. Celtic FC Fan, hi from Michigan. I'm in Michigan too. Great to have you. Parlay Cross, it's 12 noon on Saturday in Melbourne, Australia. Awesome. Yeah, it's 8 o'clock here in Michigan. We're on Eastern time. We're on the same time as New York. CFI Randy, good evening. Scott Lee, aloha. Nice to have you here. Chadwick Austin, hello. Good to have you guys here. So we'll start with Bitcoin and the charts, right? And the coin market cap. Let's see, what's our total market cap? I know they have it here somewhere. 210 million? Billion. I don't think it's trillion yet. 1,000 million, 200 million, 200 billion, I think, right? I don't know. Billion, trillion, what's the difference? All right, so Bitcoin is at 77.62 as we speak. It's been kind of on the upswing over the last couple of days. Let's look at the 7-day chart, kind of get a feel for it. Let's see, 72 down. Yeah, I think this is on the 25th is when it took its kind of dip down to 66. And then over the last few days, we've dipped down to 7. And then we've kind of been up to 75, down a little bit earlier yesterday, earlier today. We've been pretty good today, right? So Bitcoin is kind of what they would say on the upswing. There's a lot of discussion about whether it's in a downtrend or an uptrend, right? Nobody really knows. Nobody really knows. They do their best. Right? It's like you never really know where the markets are going to go. The seasoned traders will tell you that. So if you are a professional trader and you're playing these ups and downs to your advantage, more power to you. Normal guys like you and me, or anyone else out there that calls themselves normal, it's really a rough game to be a day trader. So, lots of studying, lots of analysis. But, in the long run, nobody really knows exactly when the market's going to go up and down. We take our best guess, right? It's like quantum mechanics. All right. Let's see. Ender is here from Brazil. Wow, welcome from Brazil. Sergio from Portugal, Lisbon, Portugal. I believe Lisbon is your capital, if I'm not mistaken. So welcome. Man, that's awesome, man. People from Europe jumping in. Calgapo is here again. Thank you. Yeah, uptrend in the last 12 hours, if we want to think of it like that, right? If we want to call it an uptrend, let's call it an uptrend, right? Let's call it a bull market. Why not? All right. And then I got a story here about Bitcoin hits tipping point above 7.6. Pivotal weekend ahead. Could be volatile. We'll see. You know, it's funny, you know, on this Friday is usually, let's see what the stock market did today. This day after Thanksgiving, where are my price charts? This is way over here. Yeah, sorry about that. Let's see what the stock market was down a little bit today. But there's always, the stock market tends to, after the day after Thanksgiving, to have thin volume, right? So it's kind of a, I don't know what you want to call it, a ghost image, you know, but because there's not that many traders around and it closes early and all that good stuff, everybody wants to get off for the holidays. But Bitcoin's a different animal as far as the trading goes, right? Bitcoin is driven mostly by retail, and also it's open 24/7, right? You can trade Bitcoin anytime, any day, anywhere in the world. So the dynamics are a little bit different when we think about that, right? And they want to try and tell us that it's only the whales that are affecting the market, but we all know better. We know that it's the average people that are in there buying and selling that are really affecting the price in the long run, right? In the long haul. So anyway, here's the the most positive story that I could find about Bitcoin's market movement. So we're looking at an uptrend. We could see the Bitcoin dominance reduce slightly to 68% of the entire crypto market, but could go back up to 70%. This year, Bitcoin has been kind of very, I would say, dominant overall in the crypto market, which means that it holds the largest percentage of the entire market cap of the cryptocurrency market. Whereas there are times where it's much lower and the altcoins have a bigger percentage of the overall market cap, which to me, I would rather see that. I would rather see a healthy overall, balance of all the coins. But, Bitcoin is a mover and a shaker and a driver of the market. So it has a pretty good dominance right now. So, and then I saw in the headline that he could, it's looking towards 8, I guess. When this level is taken out, it suggests a fast move to test 8K. A fast test to 8K is not out of the question. All right. Okay, so let's get into the fun stuff. It's the holiday season. And then I ran across this article that I thought was pretty cool. And it was how to earn and spend Bitcoin on Black Friday. Okay. Oh, and let's see. I don't know if I can do this or not. I'm sorry, I haven't prepped up for this yet. It probably won't work now that I'm right in the middle of this thing. I'm trying to share my phone with you guys. It's not cooperating, of course. Anyway. So here are some suggestions on how we can earn and spend Bitcoin on Black Friday. And so many cryptocurrency exchanges are slashing rates over the Black Friday holiday season. So you can get good Binance US is giving double referral bonuses, right? So if you are on Binance US, and I believe there's a place where you can click share and send an email to friends, relatives, business acquaintances, whatever, anyone that's ever asked you about crypto, and say, hey, If you join Binance US right now, it's free. You'll get $30 instead of 15, and plus your referral will give you $30 back, right? So that's pretty cool. So there's a lot of cryptocurrency exchanges out there that are offering pretty decent deals over this weekend and today, right? And then there's small businesses that accept cryptocurrencies. So I put the link to this article in the description. So I invite you to read the whole thing. Shop with crypto using wallet apps. That's cool. There might be some places out there that would accept crypto directly, and that's kind of what we're all about here. The believers in Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. So if you can find a retailer that accepts cryptocurrencies directly, and you can just pay them right out of your wallet, that's cool. You can also earn Bitcoin while shopping with fiat. Now, I don't know that. I've tried the Lightning network, and it's a little tricky. But apparently, if you read this article, there's some Lightning Network stuff that you could do to help you earn. And I wish my phone would share, but it won't. It's being stubborn. It's just not being cooperative right now. Unless it's already being shared. Let's see what happens here. Nah. Actually, let me reboot this phone share app and see if that helps. It doesn't. Anyway, you can earn money using Crypto.com. Using the Crypto.com card, they're running like... it's just not helping. I hate when my tech fails on me. It's just so disappointing. Okay, where was I? Okay, let's see if I can find this email. I got an email from Bonnie at Crypto.com. If I can find it. Yeah, a lot of emails that I've been getting. Yeah, I think this one. No, that's not the one. Yeah, on Twitter. So if you use the Crypto.com app to purchase gift cards, and I wish I could share my phone with you on my screen, but it's not cooperating. But if you, if I could show you that in Crypto.com you can buy gift cards, electronic gift cards, and then you can use those to buy things in the real world. And also, they're giving you double reward back for doing that. So that's kind of a cool way to shop on Black Friday, right? And then also, if you look down in my description, oh, boy, it's really tough here. Okay. Let's cut and paste this Ledger Black Deals here. Black Deals. Black Friday deals, right? So it's a good time if you want to support the cryptocurrency industry as a whole, or you want to up your game a little bit. Ledger is not the only hardware wallet or cryptocurrency type related business that is offering Black Friday deals, right? You've got all kinds of, let's see, Kobo, whoops. Kobo makes, whoops, Kobo wallet. Whoa. I don't know why. Why is it all in Chinese? That's weird. Okay, so you got the Kobo wallet. I don't know why I'm not on the English part of it. They're offering deals. I can't really find them right now. You've got Elipal. Elipal wallets are offering Black Friday deals. You've got the Crypto Steel. You know, and I've done videos on all of these companies. So, you know, if you're in the market for any kind of stuff like this for yourself or for gifts, they've all got great, you know, deals going on. Oh, and by the way, I should also mention, if you check out my description tonight, if you scroll down all the way, you can see all the news stories that we're going to talk about. And then I've also linked to a whole bunch of my Ledger videos. I did a recent video on updating the Ledger Nano S to the current firmware, and it gives you more room to store apps, and it's improved the interface. It kind of has sort of upgraded the Ledger Nano S interface to be more similar to the Ledger Nano X interface, which I've become accustomed to. A little cleaner, a little more easier to understand, you know. So if you're, interested in how to use the Ledger Nano X or S, I've got all my videos in one place in this description tonight. So you might want to check that out. It's kind of a medley of all my greatest hits on Ledger. Okay, so yeah, Black Friday crypto. Now, big story. Now, this is the kind of story that would have shot Bitcoin to the moon in 2017, maybe 2018. This is a big, big story. German banks are are positioning themselves to offer Bitcoin custody by 2020, which is, next month is 2020. Now, I don't know if it's quarter 1 or whatever, but if German banks start offering crypto custody services, then the rest of the banks in Europe will probably follow suit. That's a big adoption thing. That's like a bank has finally said, okay, look. And of course a bank wants to hold your crypto for you, right? Why send me your Bitcoin? I will hold it safely and securely for you, right? That's exactly what they do with cash and gold and everything. That's how banks started, right? I'll keep your money safe, right? And then they decided, hey, since I'm keeping everybody's money safe, why don't I start lending it out to the people that need it, right? And then they were like, hey, since all these people have their money deposited or in their gold deposited in my vault, and they hardly ever come and check, why don't I lend out more than I actually have? Right? So that's how the whole banking industry got started. So they're just going to do the same trick with Bitcoin. More power to them, right? More people will believe that Bitcoin is a viable asset if a bank decides to offer it. And of course, or hold it for them, or, So I'm sure you could buy it from the bank too, but think of it. The bank has decided, look, crypto is a thing, right? And we should be holding it, right? So let people deposit it in our bank, right? And, then they'll have Bitcoin. Good deal, right? So I think that's good news, right? Now, here's another cool story. Binance is going to launch a crypto travel rewards card with startup TRAVELBYBIT. Now, this is spending crypto in the real world. So this site, which I've never used, TRAVELBYBIT, will allow you to book flights, travel, hotel. It's kind of like booking.com, right? But I've never actually used it. Let's see what it looks like. But they're partnering up with Binance, and they're going to issue like a card. There we go. So pretty cool. Powered by Binance. Pretty cool. And so this is spending crypto in the real world. Now, they'll take Binance Coin, right? BNB. But they'll also take Bitcoin, US dollar, which is Binance US dollar, which is Binance's stable coin. This is a stable coin on the Binance blockchain. If you don't know, Binance has their own blockchain. That's just like Ethereum, right? They're sub coins. So they have a sub coin that's a US dollar stable coin. They'll take that, and then ontology, right? So this is a big adoption story, right? The kind of story that would have moved the market big time back in the day. But that's okay, right? The market doesn't react as violently as it did before. A lot of people are trying to downplay the crypto adoption story, but it just keeps getting bigger as time goes by. There's all these naysayers coming out telling us how, it's all going to zero, but hey. All right, let me check to see if there's any questions. I'll take a few if there's any. Will Bitcoin go any lower again, says Jay Watson. The answer to that is most likely yes. Bitcoin will go down. It goes down, it goes up. That's the nature of the beast. Chadwick is asking me to talk about Bit39. Well, I could talk about it briefly. There's Bit39 tool. Oops, Bit39. There we go. But there's a little bit better of a mastering. Bit39 is a protocol of how mnemonic seeds get created. I've been doing some videos over the last couple months about items that you can use to store your backup phrase. And we've talked a lot about backup phrases. When you set up a ledger, the first thing it does is it generates a backup phrase for you. And then it asks you to write it down. And it tells you that this is very important. You should write it down, store it in a safe place if anything should ever happen to your ledger. But what some people don't really realize is, okay, I'm writing these words down and they're going to restore my ledger, but they don't really understand how it works. And neither did I for quite a long time. Actually, this is this is part of the Bit39 protocol, which stands for Bitcoin Improvement Protocol. This is actually the mathematical formula contained in the Bit39. There is a mathematical formula that creates wallet seeds, right? It's a random number. It adds a checksum, which is kind of like verification at the end of the number, so that if you're entering the number and you enter it incorrectly at the end, the checksum will tell you, oh, that's not a valid number, it's not correct, right? Helps you enter the right number. Then it splits it up into these chunks and spits out all these words from a table. These are the words that you write down. They're part of the private key that gets generated. And then after that, it takes those 12 or 24 words and goes on to create a giant, long, private key that your wallet uses to generate wallets. More wallets, right? So this is pretty much how a ledger works, right? There's that seed, that big, long 512 seed that we saw. With a ledger, it's 1048, I guess. It generates this master key. And then when you install the Bitcoin app, it generates another key, a child key, a Bitcoin key. And then from there, it can generate sub-Bitcoin. You can have as many Bitcoin wallets as you want on the ledger. And then let's say you install the Ethereum app. Then it generates another sub-wallet or child key. This is an Ethereum key. And then let's say you install the Litecoin app, and then it installs a Litecoin key. And then after it has created these empty wallets, you put your crypto in there. Now let's say that you wipe this ledger. You step on it, you drop it in the water, you spill spaghetti sauce on it, whatever. And, sparks start flying out of it and you scream, oh my God, all my crypto is gone. Well, it's not, right? You just get yourself another ledger, you do a restore, and you use your 24-word recovery phrase, this seed here, regenerates that master key. Lo and behold, you install the Bitcoin app, and it generates not a random Bitcoin wallet, the exact same Bitcoin wallet it generated the first time. And it points to the exact same Bitcoin address on the blockchain, and your Bitcoin is there, right? And then you reinstall the Ethereum app, and lo and behold, it regenerates the exact same Ethereum wallet. This is mathematics. This is how the Ledger Nano works. But it just uses the Bit39 protocol. Same thing with any wallet. You could, the Electrum wallet, the Trezor wallet, the Elipal wallet, all of these wallets use the Bit39 protocol to generate these phrases, and the phrases can be used to restore all of the wallet addresses that were on the device. So you could throw that device against the wall and stomp on it. You're not going to destroy your crypto, unless, of course, you manage to lose your recovery phrase, which people do. So don't lose that recovery phrase. Oh, my God. Let me move on. No, let me look. I think there was another question. I mistakenly sent Bitcoin to my old wallet blockchain. Please help me. Well, you need to gain access to that old wallet. I mean, it's a simple, I can't really help you if you send Bitcoin to an address that you don't control anymore. So what you need to do is go find the recovery phrase of the old Bitcoin wallet. Or you need to find your username and password on your blockchain wallet, right? Blockchain wallet. Whoops. All right, so in order to gain access to a blockchain wallet, you need to, usually you need the wallet ID, right? You can see I have a few of them. Now, there are ways to recover that, right? Send my wallet ID, right? It wants the email that you used to create that wallet ID. And maybe the password. I'm not sure what this is. Oh, that's the CAPTCHA, right? So, all right. So let's say we used, yeah. All right. And then what is this CAPTCHA here? All right. All right, so then I'm going to get an email telling me my wallet ID that just came into my Gmail, my old Gmail. All right, there's my wallet ID. I have a bunch of them. All right, that I created. Boy, I have a bunch of these, don't I? All right, so then it says, okay, try to log in. Oops. What was that? Was that the first one? All right, and then it wants the password. So if you don't remember the password, that's it. All right. Is this going to let me in? Ah, okay. So now it's going to go and send me another email. There it is. All right, and then I authorize it in this tab, and then it logs me in. Will it? There it goes. Hey. Of course, it's just an empty wallet. I've created a lot of these, right? But let's say that you okay, I'm logged out. Let's say let's log in. Oh, okay. I'm going to try to find... Dang it. Well, let's try this again. Ah, there it is. See down here where it says need some help? All right. Let's say you don't know your wallet ID. All you know is the email. You don't know your password. Try to get it to send you the wallet ID. Maybe that'll get you close, right? Then, if you don't remember the password to your old blockchain wallet, try this, need some help, right? They got all kinds of stuff here. Don't know your wallet ID, it's going to remind you. Forgot your password, use your 12-word recovery phrase to access your wallet. So my suggestion is go through all of your stuff and your papers and everything else and try to find your recovery phrase. If you can find that, then you can use this interface to there. You write in your 12. There, we're right back to the Bit39, right? But if you don't know your password and you don't have your recovery phrase, you lost your Bitcoin. That's the way cryptocurrency works. There's nobody to call. There's no Bitcoin Central where you can call them up and, you know, cry on their shoulder and say, oh, I lost my password and my recovery phrase. How do I get my coins back? There's nobody there, right? This is it, baby. This is personal responsibility. Why? I mean, we all grew up to trust banks, right? You lose your wallet and your ID and your ATM card, you can go figure it out, right? You go to the DMV, you get a new ID, you go to the bank and you give them your ID and you say, I lost my ATM card, and they go, oh, okay, Mr. So-and-so, I can see by your ID you are who you say you are. You know, we'll fill out these forms, we'll get you your money, But it's not like that with Bitcoin. Bitcoin is not like that. You are personally responsible for your cryptocurrency. And that's why when they tell you, write down this phrase, they mean it. So I don't mean to be harsh, right? I really don't. Hey, Saul. Hey, Great. Hey, Lee. This is a good one. If there are only 256 words, why can't hackers just keep typing in 24 words to try the wallet seed? That's a very good question. Because in order for them to try every combination of all the words would take lifetimes. It sounds easy, right? There's 2,000, well, actually, let's go back here. Let's go here. Let me go down here. Okay, those words that we were talking about, there are 2,048 words. So, let's think about it. All right, let's try abandon, ability. Let's try the first 24, right? Then what are we going to do? Then we'll try the first one again with able, about, above, all right? And then let's try abandon with about, above. Let's try abandon with addict address, right? So we try that first word with every combination we can think of. That's a lot. How long would it take to guess a 256-bit key? Okay, breaking a symmetric 256-bit key by brute force requires 2 to the 128th power times more computational power than a 128-bit key. Supercomputers could check a billion AES keys per second if such a device could ever be made. In theory, would require 3 to the 10 to the 51 years to exhaust a 256-bit key space. Right? We're talking like heavy-duty cryptography here. So just accidentally guessing someone else's seed phrase is very unlikely. Let's think of it like this. If I go out and pluck a leaf from a tree in Michigan, and then I go, but I somehow note it, right? I wrote right that this is the I take its DNA or whatever I do, and then I take that leaf back out and stick it back on the tree so that it doesn't look like anyone had used it or touched it. And then I ask you, can you go out and you have no idea where I am in Michigan, and I say, go out and pluck that same leaf off that tree. What is the chance that you're going to go out and pluck that leaf off that tree in Michigan? Let's expand it. If I say, go down to the beach and get me a grain of sand, and then we'll note that sand however we can note it, and then take that grain of sand and throw it back out onto the beach. What is the likelihood that you're going to go out and be able to pick up the exact same grain of sand on the beach? Now think of all the beaches in the world. What is the likelihood that you're going to go, just starting from any beach in the world, and pick up the exact same grain of sand that I picked up? Now let's take all the beaches on all the planets in the entire galaxy. What is the likelihood that you're going to go pick up that same grain of sand again? Is it starting to make sense? What's up?
Yeah, the chance is small.
Who? The chances are very small. Christabel agrees. Oh, okay.
Okay, bye.
Okay, that's it.
Yeah, bye.
Minuscule. Yeah. It's amazing. Yes, Amazon, but use Rex Link. Okay, so that was fun, right? That was fun. On my Ledger Live, CryptoDash says, on my Ledger Live phone app, I have 2 BTC wallets with BTC in it. Okay. However, when I go to my Ledger Live desktop, there is only 1 wallet with BTC. Any idea why this is happening? Ledger, I have 2 BTC wallets with BTC in it. However, when I go to my Ledger Live desktop, there is only 1 wallet with BTC. Why is this happening? Okay, so you could create multiple wallets using Ledger Live on your phone and on the desktop, right? And gosh, my phone is not going to cooperate with us, is it? It just won't. This always happens to me. Oh, pooies, pooies, pooies. God, I wish I could share my phone with you. I feel so crippled. Come on, Rex. What are you going to do? I can't really reboot the computer. I'm in the middle of the live stream, so I can't. I can't. Okay. I think I can do this, though. All right. So let's try this. All right. So we're going to launch Ledger Live. And let's connect a ledger. Oops. Now, you can, if you want, just take your phone app and delete every account on there. You can. And you don't need to worry about a thing. It does not delete the wallets on the Ledger device itself. We've talked about this many times. All right. So let's go to side shot. Take this off. All right. So here's our ledger. All right. And it's connected. Now, let's take our... Ooh, can you even see this? It's like really hard to see. Let's take all the accounts off. Delete. Delete. Oh, delete. Delete. God, I wish I could share my phone with you guys, but I can't. I'm just going to have to let that go, right? All right. I'm deleting every single account on this copy of Ledger Live, the app, right? All right. Why am I doing this? Because I'm just trying to show you that the accounts are tied to the wallets completely. Let's do the scan. Boom. Okay, let's get that out. All right. All right, now I know it's a little bit hard to see, but I've managed to delete every single account on here. All right. All right, so I've deleted every account. Wow, why did it go black? That was weird. Okay. All right, now you guys can you see my screen? All right, you can see my screen. All right, so now, but the question was, hey, I've got 2 Bitcoin accounts on my Ledger Live app, but I only have 1 on my Ledger Live desktop. Why? Well, you added a Bitcoin account on your phone, and it got created, but you didn't add it in your Ledger Live. That is possible, right? But if you created it at all on the phone, it used the Ledger and it actually created the account on your Ledger device, right? That there's an empty wallet on there somewhere, right? Now, if it's just empty and there's no transaction history, then it may not matter at all, right? But let's say that you have a balance in both of those wallets, and you're wondering, hey, where is that Bitcoin wallet on my Ledger Live? Can I get it? Yes, you can. All you have to do is go to Add Account, and choose Bitcoin and hit Continue. Right? And then you need to be in the Bitcoin app. Whoops, this phone's going crazy. On your device. Oh, why is it doing that? Eek. There we go. Oh, that's better. All right. So we need to be in the Bitcoin app on the device. So let's hit Bitcoin. Now, it's done, right? I'm done on the device. Now let's hit Continue. Now it's scanning my device for wallets that I created at some point in the past. And it's going to find quite a few because I'm a busy guy and I've created multiple Bitcoin wallets on my Ledger. And you can see that a lot of them are empty, right? So they really don't matter that much. But they might have transaction histories, right? So that's why it sees them, right? It sees all of these wallets that have, and then these dim ones are the ones that are already in my Ledger Live, right? So let's say, oh, wait a minute, it found this one here. I'm going to deselect all of these. Let's just say I want to see 3, right? Add account. All right, so there it is, 3. And lo and behold, there is a transaction history in it, even though it's empty at the moment. In your case, there may be a small balance in that one. But there it is. There's the wallet that you somehow added to your Ledger Live, but you don't see it in Ledger Live desktop, right? You added it to your phone app, but you don't see it on Ledger Live. All you got to do is, the short answer, just choose Add Account, and it'll scan the device for it, and you'll find it. And then you can add it to Ledger Live so that they'll sync, right? But there's an easier way to sync both of them, right? I'm, as you know, right? You know about this, right? Come on, there we go. We got an empty account here, right? But you can't really see what I'm doing. Okay, so you can sort of see what I'm doing. Let's go back over here. Let's go to settings. Let's go to accounts. And let's go to export accounts. And there, I get this crazy moving QR code, right? Let's go back over here, right? Got my app. I'm going to hit the plus, right? And then it says import desktop accounts. Hit import desktop accounts. Now it wants me to scan that crazy QR code. Let's do it. Boom. Look, all the accounts in Ledger Live are now synced to my phone, right? They're all there, right? So if you want them to be synced up and in perfect harmony and synchronization with each other, you can simply delete everyone that's on your phone and do that sync up. I'm going to hit import. And then all of the accounts are now synchronized again, right? The exact accounts that are in Ledger Live desktop are on my phone, right? And like you said, like I said, I went through a bunch of accounts here that were just empty. I didn't really need to see them anymore because they were empty, right? Like I sold out my Litecoin, but the wallet is still there on the Ledger. The Ledger never forgets the wallets that you generate. They'll always be there, even if they're completely empty. But, well, if you delete an empty wallet, it doesn't really remember it, right? I don't know. But if there was transaction history, it will always count it as a previous wallet when you do a scan, right? I think even if it has a 0 transaction history. It's just the way all of the wallets that you've ever created, whether it's in the app or in the desktop version of Ledger Live, they're on the device, right? All you got to do is scan for them and they'll be there. You can also do that same scan that I did in Ledger Live from the phone too, right? I can do that same thing. I can do this, and I can do add account, and I can choose Bitcoin, and then it says, okay, go into the Bitcoin app on your device, and it's, well, it even though it's connected to the computer, it actually connected to it through Bluetooth and is scanning for it, right? And look, it's finding a bunch of those empty wallets that we found them in Ledger Live too. But the phone is scanning them through Bluetooth, right? I know it's not focused, right? There we go. Cool, eh? So you can scan from either the app or the desktop. You got to have it connected to have the desktop scan for. But the phone can scan directly through Bluetooth, as long as the device is on, right? I'm not going to import those, right? Really cool the way Ledger Live works. Bye, George G. Oh, that's funny. Sorry, I didn't catch that George G guy right away. I was talking too much. How much do I have invested in crypto? Oh, you know, about $10 million. I'll tell you exactly how much money I have invested in crypto. How come I don't have a Mac? It's so much easier to use with an iPhone. Too many personal questions, Saul. You're an... let's just say you're gone. All right. All right, where are we? US can only use Binance US. That is correct. I don't believe it's available in any other countries. If you're in a different country, then use Binance, right? Binance is just, it's available all over the world. It's just in the US, it's blocked, right? Okay, so Troy wants to know about using, say, the Electrum Bitcoin wallet with a hardware device. At what point do the keys get exposed? Well, that's the point. The keys don't get exposed. The keys never leave the device. Let's see. Let's create a brand new wallet. All right, and there's, we just created a brand new wallet. Update. Oh, there's an update here. Synchronize. All right, so it found a bunch of transactions. So I can use my ledger to create and access wallets using Electrum as well as Ledger Live. But Electrum only works with Bitcoin. But at no point is the private key leaving the device. The private key is safely stored on the device. And you only need, the buttons are how you can move transactions out, right? You don't need to hit the buttons to receive crypto. But if you want to send crypto out, that requires the private key. That requires the person who owns the private key to prove they own the private key. It's called signing a transaction, and that's when the buttons come into play. But the keys never leave the device. Do I usually 1.0 Bitcoin. I might need to check into that wallet, right? Thank you, son of Hibernia. I appreciate that. Right. The idea of the way a Bitcoin transaction works is when you want to send out Bitcoin, it generates what's called a transaction mathematically, right? It's like a file, but it's a request. And then that file gets sent to be signed by the private key. In a desktop wallet, it kind of does it in the behind the scenes in the computer code. But on the ledger hardware actually does that process, right? It actually uses that private key that it has stored to sign that transaction. And then it's a different file. It's a changed file. It's a transaction request with a digital signature encoded inside it. The digital signature is what we call the signed transaction. And the private key is used to create that. And then from there, the signed transaction can be moved back out to the wallet using the USB cable or Bluetooth or whatever, but the private key is not being moved out of anything. It is only that particular signed transaction goes back out to the wallet. And once the wallet sees the signed transaction, it knows that the person that controls that private key has approved the transaction, and then the wallet can now send the Bitcoin out. Right? All right. So let's jump into a couple of other stories that I had lined up. Let's see where we are here. Yeah, Monero, the privacy coin, is gearing up for another hard fork. Monero has come out with a brand new version of their wallet, and the Ledger Nano S has also upgraded. Ledger has upgraded their Monero app to be compatible with this new wallet. Oh, I'll All right, so what the Monero developers have done is they've altered the algorithm to prevent ASIC mining. ASIC mining is a specialized hardware that mines cryptocurrency, and that's the way Bitcoin works, right? Bitcoin miners are now specialized pieces of hardware that mine Bitcoin faster and more efficiently than any computer or GPU can do, right? And not only that, but they group them into these huge groups of miners and they call it a mining farm, right? There might be thousands of them in a huge building mining Bitcoin. Well, that's all well and good, and the hash power is great, but there is that issue of how can I mine Bitcoin? I really can't unless I decide to go and invest a lot of money in a standalone miner that's efficient, right? Last year's model is not going to do it, right? It's got to be the latest model if it wants to be, efficient. If I'm going to get back my investment and my power, the power bill, all my expenditures back, right? Thanks for the tip, AV40229. That's very nice of you. I appreciate that. And thank you for thanking me for what I do. I see when things happen, and I try to keep the videos topical. A lot of them don't get as many views as one would like, right? I put some of I always made this joke, the videos that I put the most work into are the ones that get the least amount of views, right? But anyway, that's okay, right? So Monero is coming out with a new algorithm for their network, the way it works, called Random X. So you might want to check out this article. It's pretty cool. We talk a lot about, or at least I talk about, Monero is what they call a privacy coin. But the people on the Monero Reddit page, I couldn't find the post, but I thought it was really interesting. The Monero discussion said, let's stop calling Monero a privacy coin. Let's just call Monero a cryptocurrency and then call everything else surveillance coin, right? Because Bitcoin is totally transparent. Anyone can see where Bitcoin is going, coming and going. It's wide open. The blockchain is transparent. So Monero is what you might want to think of as a true cryptocurrency because it has built-in encryption that hides the sender and the receiver on both ends, right? It's private. You know what it's like? It's like cash, right? If I'm driving in the country and I see somebody selling firewood and I stop and I say, "Hey, how you doing? I'd like to buy some of your firewood." He goes, "Sure, stranger. $5 a bunch." And I'll say, "Okay, I'll take 4 bunches. Here's $20. He'd say, "Okay, thank you. Let me help you load it in your car." Right? What is it about that transaction that was interesting? Right? He didn't need my name. He didn't need my bank account. He didn't need my address. He didn't need to know anything about me. All he needed to know was that I had $20 and I was willing to give it to him. Right? That's the way cash works. It's anonymous. And that's a lot of people like that. Right? That's the way Monero works too. But it can be transferred through the internet. So someone in China can do some work for me. I can ask them, I got this little project I'm trying to code, and you're a coder. Let me give you the breakdown of what I'm looking for. Can you code this project for me? And he'd say, "Yeah, I can do it." And I'd say, "Would you accept Monero?" And he says, "Yeah, let me give you my Monero address," right? I don't need to know his name. I don't need to know his bank account. I don't need to know where he lives. I don't need to know any of that. All I need to know is, does he have something I want, and is he willing to accept it? We could do that with Bitcoin too, but anybody can see that, right? The government of the US, government of China, they all know that I bought code from him and that I paid him in Bitcoin, right? So it's not really like cash because anyone can see it happening. Like the guy I bought the wood from, nobody knows that I bought the wood from him except me and him, right? And why should anybody know that I bought the wood from the guy on the side of the road? All right. So anyway, privacy coins, cryptocurrencies, this is what it's all about. And then there's an interesting story here about privacy coins in general. If you're following the news, a lot of these privacy coins are being delisted from cryptocurrency exchanges because they do not, the exchanges can't figure out how to deal with them, right? They're privacy coins. So they're not falling into this regulation that the travel rule, the Financial Action Task Force. The Financial Action Task Force is a inter-country regulatory body composed of 39 member countries. And you can bet the US is one of them. And so they're imposing these restrictions on cryptocurrency exchanges and saying the travel rule means that we need to know not only who gets the coins, but where they go, right? I need to know the identity of the person on each end of the transaction. That's the travel rule. So, and it's very difficult to enforce with privacy coins because you may not know who I'm sending the privacy coin to. If I send it to an address, could be myself. I could be withdrawing it into my own wallet, but you can't really tell because a privacy coin doesn't reveal that information. So they're getting delisted. But some people say this could be the death of privacy coins, right? But isn't that why cryptocurrencies were invented in the first place? For financial freedom and independence and anonymity, right? So towards the end of the article, they talk about, well, there may be hope, right? Some people say if exchanges really want to fight money laundering, delisting Monero from exchanges is a short-sighted approach. All you're doing is driving traffic from platforms with KYC to platforms that don't do KYC. So it's possible that privacy coins will survive this onslaught. Pretty interesting stuff. Now, I haven't moved any crypto around or anything. I did a little in Ledger Live. Once again, AV40229. Thank you. It's very nice of you. Yeah. I was thinking of picking up some Monero at these prices. You do great. Mr. Twisted Nuts. Actually, Mr. Twisted N, you've commented on some of my videos. I've recently done some Monero wallet videos, which you guys might find interesting. Check out my channel. I've been pumping out the videos over the last month or two. So let me see if I can just do a quick... Here we go. There we go. That's live. Kind of slow tonight. Here we go. So I did the video on upgrading to the latest version of the Ledger software, the Ledger firmware, pardon me. The Monero that I discussed tonight, how to upgrade to the latest wallet. Cardano incentivized testnet wallets will be available soon, guys. They just did the snapshot today. So if you had your Cardano in the Daedalus wallet or the Yoroi wallet, then you are eligible now. But they don't have the new balance check wallets out yet. And then, but when they do, within the next week or so, you'll be able to download those wallets and run those, create those balance check wallets. They're based on your real wallets, right? You use your recovery phrase from your real wallet, but it doesn't move crypto out of your real wallet. It simply does a balance check based on that snapshot and gives you like a Play wallet. It's like Play-Doh money on the ADA network. And then you can stake it. It's going to help them learn how their staking is working and allow them to do corrections and get, support tickets and all that stuff. And they'll reward you real ADA if you help them do that. And then, of course, down the line, when the ADA net or the Cardano network is fully realized, that'll be part of how it works, right? It's a staking algorithm, proof of stake, right? And you can participate by staking your Cardano and earning real rewards. That's the promise of Cardano, how it's going to work. Did a Black Friday video on the Ledger's Kobo tablet for backing up mnemonic seeds. We talked about mnemonic seeds tonight. What to do with your $50 Crypto.com referral bonus. That's pretty cool. So if you join Crypto.com, the Crypto.com app, and you share your referral code with friends and family, and they sign up and they stake a card, you'll both get a $50 bonus. That's not bad. Really. You got to put up the money to stake the card, but you'll get the money back at the end of the period that you're using the card. It's just a security deposit. You'll get it back, but I think, you have to commit to a certain time. I'm not so sure because they stake the card for me so that I could be their advocate. Tor browser. I did a video on the latest version of the Tor browser over the last week or so. I think it was since the last. And then sync your Brave BAT rewards across your devices. We talked about Brave browser. Brave browser is doing great. It's a privacy-based browser that blocks ads and trackers by default. And I still use Google Chrome because it works for my YouTube stuff better. Brave does a really good. I use Brave as my go-to browser, but sometimes when I'm posting YouTube videos, Brave kind of flakes. That's probably by design. YouTube planned it that way so that I'm forced to use Chrome, but that's okay. I use two different browsers. I can deal with that. Yeah. So that's and just check out my channel page, and you can search for videos that you might have an interest in. I showed you that last week. Just go to the channel page and search within my videos, like Ledger. And it'll show you all the videos that I've done on the Ledger Nano X, right? So it's a good place to start if you're looking for help on a particular topic. Yeah, sorry. Can't do that. I started following you a couple weeks ago, and it is amazing how I developed in this new world with your knowledge and videos. Thank you very much. Endor Fontes Satanas de Almeida. I always appreciate when people, join and follow me and watch my videos. Like I said, the ones that I put a lot of work in are the ones that, like I put a lot of work into this Monero video, and it's got less than 300 views. But I still do it, right? The Kobo wallet, I put a lot of work into that, time and effort, and it doesn't get that many views. But that's okay, right? I look for, I just try to keep pumping out high quality educational videos. I'm not getting as many views as the guys playing games and screaming on YouTube, but this is what I enjoy doing. That's why I started this whole thing. Let's see. Big question about privacy coins is regulation. Will the authorities allow it? This is why we have been dropped in many Asian exchanges. Personally, I think they are needed for true fungibility. I know what fungibility is, but I'm not very good at saying it. Fungibility means that one is equal to one, no matter what. So dollars are fungible because if I have a dollar and you have a dollar, we can exchange them and go our separate ways, and it would still be the exact same value. That's fungibility. They're equal. But Bitcoin is not fungible because if someone pays me in Bitcoin that was stolen from an exchange or used in money laundering of some kind, there's a record of that, right? So that Bitcoin is tainted. So it's not the same as the Bitcoin that I buy fresh off Coinbase, right? Clean as a whistle Bitcoin. Bitcoin with no sordid history, right? Because Bitcoin has a history, it's one Bitcoin is not equal to one Bitcoin. It is for most all intents and purposes, but when we get into this whole idea of, where did that Bitcoin come from, then I might be held accountable for where that Bitcoin came from, even though I may not know, right? So it's not fun. Whereas privacy coins are, because every privacy coin has an obfuscated history. So one Monero, if I have one Monero and you have one Monero, we can exchange that Monero and go our separate ways, and it'll be exactly the same as it was before we exchanged it, right? Because it has no history, right? If all relationships were like that, right? We had no history. Let's not let the past, Okay. Didn't get into BTC until 2011 since it was not really encrypted. Regret missing out on the good prices back then. Yeah, that's true. I had some Bitcoin back in 2014 and I spent it because I had kind of broken even and the experiment was kind of over. And I thought, now that I've broken even, then this miner, I bought this $350 miner on eBay and mined for a year and a half and, got enough Bitcoin to sort of equal my investment. I said, hey, now that I've broken even with this grand experiment, let me spend this Bitcoin for something that I want. And I don't regret that decision. I really don't. But if I had not spent that Bitcoin at that time, then it would have been worth a lot more in 2017. But, we can't change the past, right? So here we are. But back then, Bitcoin was a lot cheaper. Bitcoin was like $400 back then. I dumped my crypto invest to see how it performs. Just hoping on the 10th of December with YT they don't come down on crypto channels like they are on the alternative media that doesn't go with their agenda. Yeah, me too. Yeah, there's a lot of talk about that on YouTube, that the Online Child Privacy Protection Act is a new law that got passed, and the issue really is that YouTube collects metrics on every video that gets posted, and if who's watching, how long they're watching, what are they watching, what are they interested in, what do they click on next, everything, right? Now, if those videos are geared towards children, then there's a huge chunk of viewers viewing those videos that are children, right? And YouTube collects a bunch of information on them. So YouTube has to stop doing that if they know the video is meant for children, right? If a bunch of children are watching the videos, they're not supposed to be collecting information on the viewing habits of children, right? There's a law against that now, right? So, but that leaves people making videos that are geared towards children kind of in the lurch. Because if YouTube cannot collect information on those videos, then they're not going to want to pay somebody the advertising revenue because YouTube isn't making any money on the video because they're like hands off. They don't mind the video being posted. People can still watch and enjoy it. But YouTube isn't making the money that they would normally make because they're not allowed to collect those metrics. So people that are making videos for children are going to lose revenue, right? So, but it also affects all of YouTube because it's possible that my material might be construed and that there might be kids watching it for whatever reason. Or other people's, mine not so much. I mean, it's hard enough to get adults to watch this information that I present because I'm not telling you how to get rich. I'm just telling you how to buy and store your Bitcoin and move it around and what it's about. So, but there are other people that like make music and that kind of stuff, and it's sort of in the gray area between adults enjoy it and kids enjoy it. Is it meant for kids? Is it not meant for kids? They might get deplatformed or demonetized because of the videos that they're posting, right? Or YouTube might determine that they're not making enough money and, it's not worth it, whatever. Yeah, that's all coming on the 10th of December. We'll see what happens, right? I'm blurry again? Sometimes I go blurry. It's not the video, it's me. I'm actually getting blurry. It's this thing. All right. Okay, so let's check in on let's close some tabs here. Bitcoin. Let's close some tabs. Yeah, our tabs kind of got out of hand there. We talked about these news stories. Let's close these two. Let's see where Bitcoin is at the moment, just for the heck of it. Let's go back to coinmarket.cap. Hey, 78.11. Yeah, Bitcoin's up since we started. It's pretty cool. Let's go check out on our friends over at Binance US. See how they're doing. There we go. Yeah. Let's see how they're doing. All right, so let's go ahead and log in. I've got a password manager called 1Password. Great password manager. Much better than using your browser to save your passwords. Using your browser to save your passwords is not totally secure because the file that the browser saves where it stores your passwords, they're encrypted but not like heavily, right? Hackers could break that. It's like a text file. So you're exposing your passwords to malicious hackers should they gain control of your computer. But then if you've got two-factor authentication on most of your accounts, at least they won't be able to break in, because even if they knew the username and password, they would need your phone too. So let's hope they don't get all three of those. All right, so not much. I don't have any bonuses that I haven't earned any bonuses lately. But like I said, if you, I've probably got my Binance link down in there in the description somewhere. But the point is, if you go sign up for Binance US and create an account, you'll be able to get a referral code here. So you can invite friends, right? And now it's $30 over the weekend, right? You can copy that referral link and then invite your friends on Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn to sign up for Binance US. And they don't have to spend a penny, right? All they got to do is sign up and verify their ID. It's a little bit of personal information. But as long as they sign up for an account, you'll get a referral bonus, and they'll get like a $15 welcome fee. So pretty cool, pretty cool. I don't know. I don't have any Bitcoin in here to move out, so I was thinking about doing that. Not sure about staking ATM of what I'm doing. Oh, Hex token. Okay. So Twisted Nut is asking about Hex token. A couple of people have asked me about it. You know what? How did somebody... Oh, I remember. Somebody was asking me about claiming Hex token because Hex token had some sort of thing where you had to sign a transaction using your Electrum wallet, right? It was a signed message, and that way you could claim Hex token. It was like an airdrop from a long time ago. So I got on this website trying to figure out how to do it so that I could do the video on signing the transaction, but I can't get to it anymore, right? It's not there. The only thing there now is this blurb about Hex. And here's the problem I have with Hex. It's too good to be true. It keeps talking about how great most of the wealth in the world... Oh, wait, but where is it? Stake your claim. Hex prices positive game theory. Well, first of all, I mean, it's a lot of talk about something I don't know. The more I read about it, the more disappointed I got because, first of all, I couldn't get to that thing, right? The claimer, right? It says show me. There, profit simulator. It's like, okay, if I stake it, here's how much you'll get if you stake. And it goes through all this about how much extra Hex I'm going to get but the staker isn't online anymore. It's like I can't. All they have left is the simulator. So I'm like, okay, well, if I could use your claim thing, somebody did a video where they actually showed it happening, but it's not around anymore. So it just kept taking me in circles. And then I got bored, and I said, anyway. All right, so Hex token, right? Wait a minute. I'm sorry. Let's go here. Price charts. Oops. Let's go over to CoinGecko. Let's take a look at Hex. So the idea of Hex is that you're going to get free coins, right? Is it even around anymore? That's not even the same coin. That's different. Let's go here. Is it here? Yeah, I don't even know what this is. Hex Cash. It's not the same as this. Hex is HEX, right? It's like it's not even listed on exchanges. It seems like a Ponzi scheme. I don't want to say that it is. And I hate it when people just say, oh, it's a Ponzi scheme. But I don't know. I wouldn't say it's a scam. I would just say it's a project that seems to be benefiting the people that started it more than the people that are joining it. Does that make sense? I can't figure out how to join it. And even if I could, where do I sell this thing? Hex or Bitcoin Hex, HEX. It's not even. If you can't find it on CoinGecko or CoinMarketCap, and I don't think this is it. I don't know what this is. Let's see if it's the same website. Well, even this thing, I don't know what this thing is. Hexcash.org. That's not the same as this. This is stakehex.com. So, I mean, if you can't even find the coin and if it doesn't even have a price, then anybody got a link for me to the, you know, the will the real Hex please stand up? Okay, Hex, I will start the supply within 2 days. It comes into existence on the 2nd of December. Okay. Well, we'll see, right? I guess. So, but what was one of the things they said? Oh, you can claim your Hex, which the claim thing isn't there anymore, or you can trade your Ethereum for it. Oh, that's a good idea. That's like saying, you know, I've got these new candy coins here that are going to be worth a lot. So if you give me like $5, I'll give you 5 of my candy coins, right? Because Ethereum has a value. So, okay, I'll give you my Ethereum and you'll give me Hex. That's good. All right, so, but like I said, you guys probably know more about it than I do. Okay, yeah. And you might even be able to find, if it's an ERC20 token, then it might even be on like Ether Delta. There's a new one there, not Ether Delta. There's a newer one. Fork Delta, that's it, Fork Delta. All right. So it might be on like Fork Delta, which is decentralized exchange, right? Whoops, boy, it just wants me to. And of course I can't. But if it's not in existence yet, then I guess it wouldn't be on Fork Delta yet. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, Hex. No. Right. All right. So I'll reserve judgment until it actually is in existence. Don't trade your ETH for it. Claim it for free if you can figure out how to claim it, because their claim links are now gone, right? The links that say, like, here, let me show you this. How to claim Hex. All right, there's a YouTube video. There, how to claim Hex in less than 1 minute.
Hey guys, so
he explains it to you very well, but then he goes, okay, here's how to claim your Hex. Click his link, right? And where does it take you? Right back to that page where there's no claim window anymore. So if you look at his video, he goes to a, where is he? There. There, he's on the claim page. Non-existent. Claim page does not exist anymore. You can't like paste in this signature and this claim on their website anymore. His link simply takes you to this page where there's no claim. I've tried all of these links, but I can't find it anymore. So how do I claim my Hex? They're telling me I can, but there's no claim link anymore. Maybe they just removed it because they're about to launch. I don't know. All right. Well, if I can just claim it based on a snapshot of Bitcoin that I'm holding in my wallet, I would do it. And believe me, I tried the last week or two, but I can't figure it out. Maybe I'm just getting old. Yeah, well, his link is supposed to take you to a place where you can claim it, right? That's what his link says. Claim your free Hex tokens now with my referral link. Click it. Where's the claim link? Where do I claim it? Like he does in the video. Like that. Where's that? Oh well. Ah yes, Mr. Hart. Ah yes. The ubiquitous Mr. Hart that everyone loves or hates. Where is he? He's down here somewhere. There he is. I am too old. No, I'm not. Let's hope. Yeah, let's stick to it. December 2nd. I'm ready. Next week, right? Tuesday. Is that Tuesday? Monday. It's coming Monday. Let's check it out, guys. You guys are not the first people to ask me about Hex. When I got on their website, I was like, I remember this. Somebody asked me about it like 3 or 4 months ago on the live stream. They're like, hey, Hex, dude, Hex. What's Prism, right? That's what everybody's spamming me now. Oh, Prism coin. Yeah. I'm getting my YouTube comments section is getting spammed with Prism. I don't know what you call them. Spammers. They're spammers. Let's see if we can find one. I'm sure it'll be quite easy. Right? Let's go to. We'll wrap this up. Let's go to comments. There we go. The Prism coin holds the future. New technology of parametering. Blah blah blah. I like it's all I can do to remove these. They just like come in bunches. Hey, check for Prism coin. They're like, hey, love the video. Have you seen Prism yet? It's like just like they're just pummeling me with Prism. Oh, there's another one. So anyway, thank you, real viewers, for all of the comments and encouragement that you guys give me. I wouldn't be doing this without all of the encouragement that I get on the live stream, you know. I got it in kind of a slump in 2018 where I wasn't really posting videos that much. And somehow I got onto the notion that I should do a live stream every Friday. And even if I don't post any videos at all during the week, I always have committed myself to doing the live stream. And it's kept me going. And especially all of the encouragement that you guys have given me has really helped me keep doing what I'm doing. So I appreciate it. Scott Lee, thank you. Digibyte. I'm going to sign off, guys. It's 7:30, or it's 9:30. Don't forget to join me again next week on the live stream here in Michigan. Throw out questions that you've got. I'll do my best to get them answered. And we'll talk about Bitcoin. We'll talk about crypto news in general. We'll move some crypto around, and we'll have a good time. Thanks for joining me. Whoops. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you'd like to subscribe to my channel, I would appreciate it. When you subscribe, there's a little bell that you can click that will allow you to be alerted whenever I post new content. Once again, thanks for joining me, and hope to see you again soon.